Hello watch friends, Louis from the Wholecut here. The Casio Edifice EFR-S108D is one of the best affordable integrated sports watches you can buy. You can pick them up for around £100, which is great value for money. But prices have been creeping up, and of course the term affordable is subjective. What if you don't have £100 to spend? What if you only have £50 to spend? Well, you might want to consider the Casio MTP-E720D, a watch that looks a bit like the Bulgari Octo Finissimo with the dial of an old 5-digit reference Rolex Datejust. But how does it stack up against the Edifice EFR-S108D? Is it a legitimate alternative, or does it pale in comparison? The S108D has an octagonal case in the style of the AP Royal Oak, with exposed screws and a flat sapphire crystal, whereas the E720D has a more angular case with a round bezel and a slightly domed mineral crystal. Both watches have crown guards. The S108D has a signed push-pull crown, whereas the E720D has an unsigned push-pull crown. Both have solid case backs etched with the watch specifications. I think both are visually interesting, but perhaps the S108D edges it slightly, as the bezel-less design gives it a more seamless look. The S108D also has a water resistance rating of 100 meters compared to 50 meters with the E720D. The S108D is also slightly larger, as you can see. The S108D has a black dial with vertical brushing, applied loomed hour markers and a colour matched date wheel, whereas the E720D has a tapestry style dial with vertical lines, applied hour markers with no loom and a white date window. Both watches have pencil style hands with loom, but whilst the E720D has a stainless steel seconds hand, the S108D uses a gold tone seconds hand, which is a nice touch. Again, I think the S108D just about edges it here, but the E720D is not bad at all, and the tapestry design is one you don't see too often. The S108D has a stainless steel integrated bracelet with a mixture of brushed and polished finishes, and it uses split pins. Whereas the E720D bracelet is completely brushed, has a square end link, and uses folded links. They both look great, but the difference in quality is obvious. The S108D is miles better. It articulates well and it's much more comfortable. The E720D bracelet is a bit stiff and less comfortable. Both have stamped clasps, but again, the S108D just feels that little bit better. And both clasps have micro adjustment. This won't come as much of a surprise, but in terms of quality, it's very much a case of you get what you pay for, and it really just proves the value that Casio brings to the table. You can see where the extra money has been spent, and that is reassuring in a world where prices are inflated based on things like brand name and hype. But in terms of aesthetics, the E720D is a valiant competitor and well worth picking up for less than £50 if that is as far as your budget stretches. All things considered, the way a watch looks is probably still the most important thing when it comes to picking a watch, for most people at least, and that's why cheap watches can bring as much joy as expensive ones. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Is the S108D worth the extra money? That's all I've got time for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time.